The secret door key. There was an old house in the middle of nowhere. It had a big, beautiful garden, and inside was a family with a young son named Billy. One day, while exploring the house, he found something incredible. But what was it? Well, let's find out in today's story. Billy loved his home. It was filled with all kinds of nooks, crannies, secret passageways, and staircases leading to nowhere. Because it was such an old building, there were many rooms that had been boarded up or sealed off for years. Some of them even had peeling do not enter signs hanging crookedly from their door frames. What were they hiding? That's what Billy wanted to know. It was a Saturday morning, and Billy had just finished helping his mother in the kitchen with breakfast. He poured himself a bowl of cereal and sat down at the table when he heard a loud crash from upstairs. "Just leave me alone!" shouted his father's voice. Billy quickly finished his breakfast and ran to the stairs. He slowly started climbing up, every step making the wooden floorboards creak. He had no idea what had happened, and neither did anyone else in the house. When he got to the top of the stairs, he could hear his parents talking in hushed voices. Curiosity took over, and he followed the sound to the nearest closed door. Billy didn't mean to eavesdrop, but he couldn't help himself. He pressed his ear against the cool, hard surface and listened intently. "I thought we agreed not to tell him anything," said his mother's worried voice. "We've kept it a secret for this long. How much longer can we hide it?" "Don't worry," replied his father. "I'll take care of it." Then they both went silent again, and after a few moments, Billy quietly left and went back downstairs. He felt sad because he had no idea what was going on. Had he done something wrong? Was that why his parents were whispering about him? Maybe he should go explore the garden instead. As he walked into the yard, he noticed a large oak tree in the distance. There were many swings hanging from its sturdy branches, but he never played with them. Whenever he got close, his parents would call him back and tell him that the swings were dangerous. Why were they so scary? As soon as Billy was far enough away from the house, he started walking toward the oak tree. The swings hung silently in the breeze, and Billy suddenly felt very brave. He was going to climb up and see what the fuss was all about. Quickly, he pulled himself up and onto one of the swings. Billy closed his eyes and let out a big sigh. Maybe his parents were right. These things were really scary. He tried to turn the swing around and go back the way he came, but it only made things worse. The chain screeched as it moved, and just as Billy was about to give up, he saw it. Hidden among the thick leaves of the oak tree was a small opening. Billy climbed down the tree and cautiously approached the hole. He reached inside and felt something cold and metallic. With some effort, he pulled it out, and to his surprise, he was holding a key. It was old and rusty, and Billy had no idea where it came from. Then he looked up and noticed that the oak tree had a padlock on it. Could this be the keyhole? Billy turned the key in the lock, and to his amazement, it opened. He pushed the door open and stepped inside. Billy realized that he was now in a dark, narrow tunnel. At first, he couldn't see anything, but as his eyes adjusted, he started to make out shapes in the gloom. The walls were lined with hundreds of tiny pebbles, and in the distance, Billy could see a faint light. He walked toward it, and as he got closer, he noticed that it was coming from a crack in the ceiling. The tunnel opened up into a large, cavernous space. In the center was a massive stone pillar, and the whole place was filled with all kinds of strange plants and flowers. But Billy wasn't alone. In front of him stood a woman with long, flowing hair. She was tall and slender, and her face was beautiful, yet mysterious. Billy was stunned by what he was seeing, and he couldn't help but ask, "Who are you?" The woman turned around and smiled. "I am the guardian of this place," she said. "I have been waiting for you." "Billy, how did you know my name?" Billy asked, feeling a bit scared. The woman's smile never faded. "I know many things," she said cryptically. She gestured with her hand for Billy to follow her. Together, they walked deeper into the cavern, and Billy marveled at everything he was seeing. There were waterfalls cascading down the walls, and the air was filled with the sound of birds and animals he had never heard before. It was like a secret world hidden away from the rest of the world. They came to a clearing, and in the middle was a sparkling lake. The woman stopped by the water's edge and turned to Billy. "This is the place you have been searching for," she said. "This is where you belong." Before Billy could reply, the woman jumped into the lake and disappeared. Billy couldn't believe what he was seeing. Where did she go? And what did she mean when she said he belonged here? He took a step back and suddenly felt dizzy. Everything around him started to fade away. The trees, the plants, even the massive stone pillars. Just as quickly as it had appeared, the secret world was gone, and Billy found himself back in the old oak tree. The key had fallen from his hand and the padlock was still open. But now there was something new. On the ground, in front of him, Billy noticed a small wooden box. He picked it up and opened it, and inside he found a beautiful silver locket. Billy put it around his neck and closed the lid. Suddenly, he felt a surge of energy and knew that his life would never be the same again. He ran out of the forest and raced toward his home. He had to tell someone what he had seen, but who could he trust? Billy burst through the front door and called out, "Mom, Dad, I need to talk to you." They came rushing into the hallway and asked, "What's wrong, Billy?" Billy showed them the silver locket. "I found this in the tree," he said. "Do you know what it means?" His parents looked at each other in surprise. "That locket," said his mother, "it belongs to the Silverwood family." "But how did it get in the tree?" asked his father. "I don't know," replied Billy, "but I think this key might help us find out." Billy's parents were shocked when they heard this. They had no idea that Billy had been exploring the forbidden oak tree. Now they had a mystery to solve, and together they would uncover the truth behind the Silverwood family and their connection to the old house. But that's gonna have to be another story. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comments below. We appreciate your support and hope you enjoyed the story. If you liked the story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Also, don't forget to share this story with your friends and family. Until next time, happy reading!